I recently posted a what's in my camera bag video where I shared the backpack that I'm currently using and the equipment that I'm shooting all of my photos and videos with. And today I thought I would do kind of a sequel video to that, sharing the accessories that I always like to carry with me for photo and video. The first item I have to share with you guys is the Polar Pro Lens Defender. This is such a game changer. If you are still using regular lens caps, you need to look into one of these. Regular lens caps are so annoying. I especially hate them when I'm traveling because I'm constantly pulling my camera in and out of my bag and I always bump the cap off. I feel like this is so much more protective because it covers the entire end of your lens. It keeps you from getting any scratches or debris in there. Like I've had this out in the desert with blowing sand. But also what I like about this is the side is a flexible rubber so you can get it on and off your lens easily, but the front is a hard plastic plate, so it's really protective. The next accessory is an intervalometer, and I've had a lot of questions from you guys about how I use this and which one I use. This is my main tool for getting photos of myself when I'm traveling by myself. The brand of this one is Allison. I've never heard of it before. I found this on Amazon. There's tons of intervalometers on Amazon. You just have to make sure that you're getting one that has the right cord for your camera type. So I just made sure that this one had the right cord for the Sony a7 III, which is what I shoot on. And with this, I just set it up to take a picture every second, and I set my focus zone and it starts, and I just walk out and stand in front of the camera and it's just snapping away for me. There are a lot of cameras that have a built-in interval timer function. My Fuji X-T2, which is what I was shooting on prior to this one, had that, and the Sony a7 III does have a time-lapse function in it, but as far as I can figure out, there's no way to get it to refocus in between shots. It just takes the focus point of the very first snap, and that's where it sets for the whole duration, which is good if you're trying to do an actual time lapse, but it's not good if you have a moving subject you're trying to keep in focus. Where with this, it refocuses in between each shot, so I can move, I can twirl, I can walk around a little bit, and it will keep focusing on me as I move. This next little gadget is so cool for easy access to your camera when you're on the go. It's the Peak Design Capture Clip, and it comes in silver and black. I own both, and I have somehow mismatched all of the parts, but it will be all one color if you order it. And how it works is you have this plate that you attach to the bottom of your camera, and this plate can insert into the clip from any direction. Like, you don't have to be careful about which way you're putting it in. And then this clip opens up and you can attach it to a strap somewhere. So like a backpack strap, or even like the Peak Design bags all have a strap on them that's kind of custom designed to take this. And it's so handy because one of the most annoying things about like being on the go but wanting to take pictures as you go along is having to constantly dig your camera out of your bag and put it back. But when you can just have this clip like right here or on your side somewhere, then you can walk around, open doors, get a coffee, do whatever you want to do, and then you see something you want a picture of and you can just quick like grab your camera, take a picture, and clip it back in. Another must-have accessory in my camera bag is this little multi-tool from SmallRig. This is so handy for tightening or loosening mounting plates or like attaching a cage to a camera. What I like about this is it's so small, so it's great for travel, and there's nothing on it that's going to hold me up at airport security, because a lot of multi-tools have like little knives or things that you might get confiscated, but there's nothing on here that's questionable. The next accessory is the Honel ProCube 2 dual battery charger. I have the Sony version. The two main cameras I shoot on are the Sony a7 III and the Sony RX100 Mark VII. And something that really annoyed me about both of those cameras is they didn't come with an external battery charger. You just get a cord to plug into your camera to charge the battery internally in your camera, but obviously no one wants that because you want to be able to charge a second battery while you're still shooting with your camera. So I went on the hunt for a good dual charger. I found this one. They make it for every major camera brand. So you can get a Canon one, a Nikon one, a Fuji one. And the neat thing about it is it comes with 4 different interchangeable plates to fit different batteries from that brand. So this plate fits my Sony a7 III batteries, and this plate fits my RX100 batteries. I really like that it shows shows actual percentages while charging. It's not just like a 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot blinking system. And there's a little USB plug on the back, so you can charge a USB device off of it. So you can have your 2 batteries in here and then charge your phone off the back. The next must-have accessory in my camera bag is a variable ND filter. This one is the Polar Pro and Peter McKinnon version. If you aren't familiar with variable ND filters, they basically serve as sunglasses for your lens. And they kind of serve as a hack for video exposure when you want to have specific settings. I like to shoot videos with the widest aperture that I can. I love a shallow depth of field, but when you shoot with a really wide aperture, it lets a lot of light in. Now, when you're taking pictures, this is pretty easy to combat by increasing your shutter speed. But when it comes to video, there is something called the 180 rule, and it basically means that your shutter speed should be double your frame rate for the most cinematic motion blur in your video. However, when you're in daylight or bright light, a shutter speed that's double your frame rate lets a lot of light in. So when I have my aperture wide open at f2 or 1.4 and I have my shutter speed slowed down for the 180 rule, it's too much light and the picture's completely blown out. So you take an ND filter, screw it on your lens, it acts like sunglasses, and you can keep those other settings where you want them and still properly expose the image. And the nice thing about using a variable ND filter versus a fixed stop ND filter is I'll put this on my camera, I'll set my aperture where I want it and my shutter speed where I want it, and then I can just turn this and you can see it gets darker as I turn that. Isn't that amazing? I look at my histogram and I just turn this until it looks the way that I want it to, and then I know the video is perfectly exposed. And these Polar Pro filters are really nice. I have the ones for the DJI Osmo Pocket as well, and I also have the ones for my Mavic drone. The next must-have accessory in my camera bag is the Samsung T5 portable SSD hard drive. This thing is so tiny. It's smaller than a deck of cards. I have a couple of these that I've used for the past year and a half, and they are perfect for dumping my cards, backing up my photos, especially when I'm traveling. This is the first solid state external drive I'd ever used. It is so worth the money. They're more expensive than traditional hard drives, but it is so fast. The upgrade is worth every single penny. The next accessory I like to keep in my bag is this little tiny light. This is from Aperture. I think there are tons of versions of these types of lights out there. It's a USB rechargeable light and you can adjust the brightness. For years, I never carried one of these, and I don't know why, because they're so handy for vlogging. So often when I'm traveling and vlogging, I will be shooting something at night or in a dark hotel room, and I just need a little extra light. And this is awesome for that. It comes with a little mount, so you can mount it on top of your camera, and it's super small. Like, you just never know when you might need a little bit of light in your foreground or just something to make the background pop. Super handy. This next accessory is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. I didn't think it was possible to love a little organizational bag this much, but oh my gosh, you guys, this bag is the best. It's mostly empty right now, but the inside is enormous. Like, do not be deceived by its small form factor. You can fit so much stuff in here. It has tons of little compartments and pockets, things to put batteries in or memory cards. It has a little zip thing here. It's just so functional. I use it to hold all of my batteries, my lens cleaning tools, camera straps. It's honestly the best little bag ever. Another thing I love from Peak Design, I feel like there's a lot of Peak Design in this video, but of course there is, because everything they make is genius. I love the Peak Design camera straps because all of their straps have this really cool clip feature where you fasten these little discs to your camera and then you can attach any of the Peak Design straps to them and they just clip on and clip off. Because there are times where you want a neck strap and then there's times where the neck strap is getting in the way, or maybe you just want a little wrist strap and you can attach that. Also, all of their straps, even the straps on their bags, have a really nice quick adjusting feature where you just lift this and then you slide the strap where you want it and lock it in. There's no like threading it through things. Very nice. If you've never looked at Peak Design's website, I suggest you go check it out. And then the last thing I always have on me is my tripod, which is what my camera's on right now. I use the MePhoto backpacker tripod and I love it. I've used it for a couple of years. I've traveled all over the world with it, and I like that it's fairly lightweight and it folds up quite small. It has a ball head, which makes it easy to adjust, and it also comes in a ton of different colors. So those are my favorite accessories for photography and videography. If you use anything cool, let me know what it is down in a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you know when new videos are posted. And thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you're a photographer and you're looking for a website to display all of your photos, Squarespace makes it super easy to build a portfolio. Their layouts are really clean and aesthetically pleasing. You can drag and drop everything how you like it, and if you have clients, you can create a password protected gallery for them. Go to squarespace.com to sign up for for a free trial. You're able to design your whole site and get it ready to launch, and then visit squarespace.com/AllisonAnderson to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.